What's going on, guys? This is another Drive Tribe snippet here from txgarage News. And in this video, we're going through a review talking with the headline of Is the Atlas the worst SUV on the market? This is brought to you by Charles North. So just to give you some reference. And before we get into it, this video is being brought to you by txgarage.com. Definitely go to txgarage.com and sign up for our newsletter. Our newsletter is here. It's a weekly recap of everything that's posted. So we've got a lot of written articles, a lot of videos, stuff that's not necessarily on this channel. Everything ends up here on the website. So definitely go check out the website and frequent it often. But let me just do a quick search on the Atlas, and you'll definitely see that we've done quite a bit of information on the Atlas. I've done quite a bit of videos, including my most recent one that says, is it still the best family SUV? So when I saw this review come through that's saying it's the worst SUV on the market, I had to check it out. And this is going to be kind of a lighthearted rebuttal, just kind of poking at this review and maybe giving some feedback or some pushback on saying it's the worst SUV on the market whenever I call it one of the best for families. We'll get that kind of straight. This is what I think is the best. If you have a large family, you need a 3-row SUV. You're on a budget. It's the best bang for your buck in size, and really just a great SUV for the family. That's my take on it. Let's check out what Charles says here. So a new SUV that was added to the Volkswagen lineup in 2018. The Atlas showed much promise to the company and what it is capable of doing. The Atlas is meant to be a perfect choice for the family with plenty of options stacked against the world. How does the Atlas fare when it's put to the test? Does it make a great SUV for the family, or does it fall on its face? Here's what I think. Obviously, by the title, we know what you think. I tend to agree with some of the maybe more marketing speak that it is a great SUV for the family. Well, let's get into it. So the styling of the Atlas holds true to what every signature Volkswagen looks like. A bit of bulkiness with some edges and curves. Add in the razor-like grille and headlights from the rest of the Volkswagen lineup. And we get a bigger version of the Tiguan. To sum it up, it's as boring looking as some of the Porsche lineup. At least some of the competition has a bit of character. The Atlas isn't exciting looking at all. Okay, so the Atlas, obviously styling is subjective. Some people like the styling, some people don't quite like the styling. I like that more boxy look, and this definitely looks boxy looking. It also looks pretty premium with some of the treatments that it has, and I can't tell you how many times that we've gone into more upper class neighborhoods, and I've gotten a lot of questions about the Atlas. I get a lot of people asking, knowing that it's thinking that it's a more premium vehicle than it is. And when I tell people that I spent less than $30,000 on my vehicle, a lot of people are just blown away. So styling is subjective. I quite like the styling. If you don't, I guess that's one part of it. The interior styling. The Atlas interior has a plethora of space inside. Not only that, but there is sort of a luxury feel to it as well. It isn't as noticeable, but it is there. Maybe it is due to some of the panels and plastics that were chosen to be placed inside. Maybe it's because of the panoramic sunroof, or it's everything all added up. Who knows? What ruined it? What ruined it was that it all felt cheap. Sure, the seats were comfortable, but they didn't give the support needed to stay in place while driving. Kind of a weird critique. I've driven a lot of different versions of the Atlas. I've driven the top of the line that they had in 2018. I've driven the new 2019 or the 2018 R line. I've driven the new 2019 S, which is their baseline. The one I bought was the S V6, which is the baseline, cloth seats, no bells and whistles on the inside. And really, I think to appreciate the Atlas as a family SUV, you've got to drive that baseline. It's got the cloth seats. They're really great, really comfortable. It's a comfortable drive. There's not a lot of bells and whistles, but what you do get straight out of the box is a really good offering. If you start adding stuff to it and you're up to the R line and you're paying $50,000, is it a $50,000 car? You could argue that, but definitely at the base entry level, what you're getting, I think, is a really good value. And I have no, some of the interior pieces are cheap, but it's a cheap vehicle. Price and options. So how much does the Volkswagen Atlas cost? Only a hair over $46,000. So they do have one of the upper trims. That is a hefty price for a hefty SUV. What does it come with for safety? The Atlas has 6 airbags with advanced protection, ABS, anti-slip regulation, engine brake assist, electronic brake distribution, blah, 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 blah. For comfort and convenience, the Atlas has a power lift gate, heated front power seats, third row seating, roll-up manual shades, Bluetooth connectivity, and 8 speakers sound system. So, okay. Again, I think if you're really talking about family SUVs, looking at that base one that's under $30,000, or the MSRP is like $32,000, but a lot of these dealerships, at least whenever I bought it, you could find it under $30,000. Performance. Well, the Atlas doesn't have much power to really move. It's out of its own way, but the steering, there's 17 miles to the gallon, 23 miles. Compared to the competition, it's just not as good. Sure, it also was awarded an overall 5 stars from the government safety. So this isn't the base model, so he doesn't have the 2-liter turbocharged engine. It's the V6. The V6 does suffer from worse fuel economy than the 4-cylinder. I know some publications have put the 4-cylinder turbo versus the V6, and the turbo is actually faster and had better performance, but the V6 is going to give you, I think, better overall performance. So I kind of like that V6 option. But saying that it doesn't have the power to get out of its own way, I think, is a little over the top there. Conclusion. So is the Atlas the worst SUV in the market? I would say yes. This doesn't mean it can't improve, and blah, blah, blah. So again, I would disagree that it's the worst SUV in the market by a long shot, especially if you're talking about big 3-row family SUVs. At a decent price, I think it is a great one. Again, this is kind of just defending myself or whatever. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. Go check out txgarage.com. Check out the reviews and the stuff that I've done on the Atlas if you're interested there. And as always,